In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a very simple stool in Rhino. I'll go over to Google and try to get the Artek stool drawing. This is the search term I use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, I'm going to save this image onto the desktop. I'm going to go ahead and edit the image. I want to crop the image as close as possible. Okay, so I'm done with this. I'm going to save. So I'm going to go back to Rhino. What you want to do is to check your units. Before we start drawing anything or bringing in the pictures, I'm going to go to File, New. We're going to be using large objects, millimeters. Usually, preferred way is to use millimeters. I'm going to click Open. Now that I know my template is set in millimeters, I can go ahead and start bringing in the picture. You can see it's 44 centimeters, so it's like 440 millimeters high and 380 millimeters wide. I'll go back to Rhino. I'm going to be drawing this from the front view. Expand the front view. I use the line tool. I want to be able to draw at the point of origin, which is located here. But somehow my cursor doesn't seem to be able to lock into this. So to be able to select this point is to turn on the grid snap at the bottom. If you turn it on, you will be able to select that grid because the grid snap basically snaps to every grid. But I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to turn this off. I'll show you a different way. I'll click on the line tool. I'll type 0, 0, and that represents the coordinate start point. Enter. And there you go. 0, 0 is where the coordinate starts in this intersection here. So I'll type 380, enter. And basically you can draw a line that's 380 long like this. But I'm going to hold shift and this allows me to draw a straight line. So click. And to be able to draw 440, I'll type in 440, enter. Again, hold shift, click. 380, enter. Hold shift, click, and then I'll come right back to the original point. Now I have this box. I can then bring in the image and scale it to this box. So let me minimize my screen, go to the image, I'll drag it in, picture. You can see the image is not very accurate. Right now I've got the heights aligned, but not the width. It doesn't matter, I align it right to the height of 440. What I can do is I can scale it on the side. So to do that, I'll type in scale 1D. Scale 1D means scale in only one direction. Once I activate the command, it will say base point. I'll click on the corner here. First reference point, I'm going to select the end of the picture. And then I'll move it in to the box. The next thing I'll do is go over to layers. I'll make sure I'll switch the layers over. And I'll lock the first layer. Okay, now I'm ready to draw. I'll use the line tool, start from the end. Instead of trying to kind of trace over, what I'll do is I'll overdraw this like that. And I'll do the same for here. I'll start from here. I'm not going to end there. I'm holding shift so it's nice and straight. I'm going to overdraw it like that. And then I'm going to come down. I'll overdraw it slightly. Again, you want to overdraw it, like so. I'm going to come over here, draw that point, and again, overdraw this. There you go. I've got all my lines drawn up. Next thing I'll do is I'll use this tool called a fillet curve that creates this round that you see over here. You can click on this, and you need to punch in a radius. Now, I have no idea what the radius is. So what I usually do is I use the dimension tool over here. I'll pick here to here, and they'll give me a number. You can see it gives me 49, which I'm going to round up to 50. I'm going to use that number, click on fillet curves, click on radius, I'll type in 50, enter, select both lines, and there you go, it's close enough. All right, usually this is half of 50. I'm going to right click again, this brings up the fillet tool, click on radius, I'll type in 25, select 2 lines, and now this is another radius. With this last fillet, I'm going to say it's 10. All right, and yeah, seems close enough. Now that I've completed drawing out the first leg, I'm going to select all of the lines here. I'm going to join them up together, so one complete line. If you exit the view, you can see complete leg over here. All right, the next thing I want to do is to extrude it. But first I need to know the thickness. So I'm going to use the front view, use the dimension tool here. It says here 37.9. I'm going to round it off to 38. I'll select the line. I'll use the top view so that I can see the thickness. We'll go to solid, extrude, straight. I'll click on both sides. Get it to extrude on both sides like this. And the extrusion distance, I'm going to put in 38. Just double check this. Oh no, it comes up to 76. So I'm going to do it again. So go to solid, extrude planar curve. I have to divide. So you know what? I'm just going to round it up to 40. I'm going to do 20 both sides. There you go. All right, now I've got one leg extruded. You can actually add some radiuses along the edge, and that would make this chair look a lot more realistic, because most 3D objects, if you take a look around, they're never really truly sharp, right? They always have these small little roundings on the ends. So if you want to do that, you can go to solid, fillet edge, then select the edges like that. Select all around it. Go to the other side and do the same. Okay, that looks about right. Right now they've got radius as 1. I'm just going to change it to 2. Give it a shot. And there you go. Nice little rounds on the ends. Now I'm going to create the seat. I'm going to use the circle tool over here. Make sure your midpoint snap is on. If you want to measure and get really precise, what you can do is first do a measurement like this. This is like 300. I'll just round it off to 300. Come over here, click on the midpoint, and then I'm going to put in diameter 300. Enter. You can see it's pretty close, so I'll do 310. Yeah, that's closer. Now I'm going to use my dimension tool. I'll click here, and then I'll click right to the end over there. Sometimes when this doesn't happen, what I'll do is I like to zoom in a little bit. Okay, there you go. It's 29. I need to extrude this by 29. So I'll go to solid, extrude planar curve straight. If you have both sides turned on like this, remember to click it once more to turn it off. Go 29. And there you go. I've got the seat. Use the fillet edge tool. Go to solid, fillet edge. Pick the top and bottom edge. And get a nice rounding. Now we need to model out the rest of the legs. I'm going to use this tool called Polar Array. This is located here. Or you can simply type array, and array polar is what you want to use. We'll go ahead and click on this, and then they'll prompt you select objects to array. I'll select the leg. Press enter when done, enter. Center of polar array, make sure you have your center snap on and mouse over to the edge of the chair. That's how you can get the center snap. Click once. Number of items, this stool has 4 legs, so I'm going to type 4, enter. And then it'll ask you for angle to fill, 360 because it's a circle, enter, and enter. There you go. The stool is now complete. Next, I'm going to show you how you can add some materials. Go to layers, and I'm going to hide away the first default layer. All the guides are now all hidden away. Next, select the seat. Go over to properties. Click on this. Click on this. Layer material. And use a new material. Select this. Click import from material library. And it will open up window over here. Go down and find wood. I'll probably use a pine wood. Open. Now material is loaded into the top of the stool. The reason you can't see this is because you need to change your viewport mode. Come over to here and select rendered. Now you have a rendered view. Now I'm going to select the legs. I will hold shift to select multiple legs. Come over to here. And since I have pine polished loaded in, I'll just select this. And there you go. I've got a rendered version of a stool.